Hello everyone, Andre here. Resident Evil is roaring back, promising fear, legacy, and a new type of darkness. Now, I haven't played any of the game demo yet, but I've dissected trailers from YouTube, IGN, Gamerbolt, and even PC Gamer, and what's bleeding through the hype train is a return to horror, a haunting new protagonist, and a resurrected Raccoon City. Stick with me because we're gonna unpack it all in this video. Meet Grace Ashcroft. We begin in a hospital, a cold concrete pulsing lights where Grace Ashcroft wakes up strapped to a gurney. No introduction, no context, just pure immediate horror. Grace isn't Leon, she isn't Chris, and she isn't even Ethan Winters. She's an FBI analyst, a bookworm, not a gun-toting hero. From what multiple previews describe, Grace's fear is raw. You see it when you play, a choking breath when she enters the darkness, a shaky hand when opening doors. Her internal tension radiates off the screen, something Resident Evil hasn't fully nailed in a very long time. What's even more interesting is her background. Grace is the daughter of Alicia Ashcroft from Resident Evil Outbreak. That already opens the doors for legacy storytelling. Fans of Outbreak is losing it over this because Capcom is finally treating the entire Resident Evil universe as canon again, not just the main numbered titles. More than that, Grace feels very new. We've never followed a character like her. She's not very hardened, she's not combat ready, she's green, every hallway is danger for her, every shadow is death. That vulnerability turns the gameplay segment into a high stakes anxiety. Raccoon City returned. Let's talk about the setting. And no surprise here, it's a bombshell. Raccoon City is back. Now, if you're new to Resident Evil, let me set the tone for you. Raccoon City was the epicenter of the T-virus outbreak. Destroyed by the government order missile strike in Resident Evil 3. We all assumed it was in the past, but Requiem flips the script in the trailer. We see scorched streets, RPD in ruins, the faint echoes of sirens. Rumors even point to rumored key locations, the orphanage from Resident Evil 2 remake, the sewers, and possibly even the remains of Umbrella's deepest lab. We're not just revisiting a place, guys, we're revisiting some serious trauma with this game. The dead don't rest in Raccoon City. Capcom knows nostalgia hits, but this isn't about comfort, this is about confrontation. Raccoon City is a corpse and Grace is digging through the bone. Rentwood Hotel, Hell on Earth. Now, let's zero in on the game in its first major area, the Rentwood Hotel. Very creepy name, so check that off the list. History, check that off the list. And oh, this is kind of where Grace's mother died. So yeah, the emotional stakes are definitely off the charts here. According to hands-on report, this place is Resident Evil's at its purest. Flickering power grids, long narrow corridors, blood streaks all over the walls, handwritten notes of half-finished thoughts of mad scribbles. Capcom is clearly layering every inch of the hotel with lore and dread. Even the puzzles feel meaningful again. Solving one doesn't just open up a door, it reveals a character backstory or hints at whatever infection Grace is facing. IGN mentioned that finding a medical log suggesting Grace's blood is mutating. That might even mean she's not just an observer in this game, she's changing and impending doom is looming over her. That tension, very old school Resident Evil with the twist behind it. Unrelenting stalkers. Let's talk stalker enemies. This isn't just a Resident Evil staples, those unstoppable, horrifying creatures that haunt you at every step. And in Requiem, it might bring to the table one that might rival Mr. X, Nemesis, or even Jack Baker. She is described as a deformed insectoid lady, like some domestic twisted version of Lady D or Lisa Trevor, and a nightmare that you don't want to remember. She doesn't just appear, she lurks, and when she chases, the sound design and camera cranks up your fear to an 11. This isn't scripted, this is just survival at this point. And the worst part about it, Grace has no weapons, not in the first part of the game that people previewed. That puts you in the same mental state as the character, and when you begin, it makes every door, every draw a gamble. Survival over shooting. Combat in Resident Evil is all for a power fantasy. Previewers all agree the early game is not about fighting. Grace uses distractions, hiding spots, and clever tools. This isn't about avoiding violence, it's about not embracing it. The devs are pushing back against Resident Evil 6 styles of action vibes and grounding the horror in something that's very human. Later in the game, yes, we might get some weapons, but the very early tone of this game is all about survival, dread. Dual perspectives. Now, one of the most debated topics, the camera system. You can play Requiem in both first person or in third person, But here's the catch. You can't toggle instantly. Switching is done in the menu like in Resident Evil Village, Shadow of Rose. Still in both perspectives are fully developed, no shortcuts and no blurry animations. First person is recommended style for full horror immersion, and honestly, I love how it works. Preview said it feels like Resident Evil 7's Fear, but mixed with Resident Evil 2 Remake's atmosphere. The third person, meanwhile, is great for spectacle awareness, technical evasion, and for stalking the stalker instead of being stalked. Both works very well, but play it how the game is designed is what I recommend. That's what I'm gonna do when the game comes out. Start in first person and then switch to the third person when you need that extra edge in the game. Lightning, sound, and tension. Capcom's Resident Evil engine is no joke, but what makes Requiem stand out isn't the photorealism, it's the atmosphere. The lightning is everything. Everything is shadowed matters. Lightning beams flickers when you're panicked. Doorways hide horrors until it's too late. And as far as the sound, damn, they went off in this game. The sounds of Grace's breathing, monsters' footsteps, the pipes groaning, rats strutting around, you're never at peace in this game. Even in the safe zones, there's an ambient buzz, a hum of dread. That's how you know that they've nailed it in this game. It's very immersive when it comes to the sounds. The angle and gameplay variety, Grace isn't just a scared character, she's smart and quick-witted. She's FBI, and that opens the door, literally. She can access terminals, analyze blood samples, bypass security doors. Think Batman detective vision, but very grounded. This gives the gameplay more texture. It's not just an item collection, it's actual forensic investigation. Expect to uncover umbrella files, inspect encrypted documents, expect to use your brain as much as your reflexes in this game. That's refreshing as heck in this game. Let's go even deeper. The timeline is still a bit hazy though, but here's what we've got so far. Grace's mother, Alyssa, was active until 2016. Grace's investigating started 8 years after that. That puts the game in about 2024. Shadows of Rose, Resident Evil 8 DLC was in 2037. So this is before that. That means Requiem could link between Resident Evil 7, 8, and the old gens of Resident Evil like 2, 3, and even 6. Will we see files about Sherry or references to Jill? One theory from YouTube, Grace might be infected with a variant of the progenitor virus, not just the T or G virus. Capcom has a chance here to stitch all that together. If they could do it, it would elevate this game from great to legendary. So here's what I would like from a longtime Resident Evil fan. Let Grace evolve, give her a great character arc, let her go from a fearful character to a gun-toting badass. More legacy ties in from Alyssa, Outbreak survivors, and even Umbrella Project. Let the Stalker grow stronger as the game progresses. Keep us terrified, build layers of puzzles, make us think again. And please, please, please keep combat brutal and earned. Not easy, not cinematic, earned. Capcom, this is your shot to make a classic. So that's it for Resident Evil 9. Everything we know, everything we hope, and everything that it could be. If you're pumped as I am or worried, put it in the comments below and let me know what you think. So like and subscribe, and until then, stay smart, stay safe, and stay alpha.